Hey everyone, it's Julian, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make Lo-Fi House in FL Studio. I've gotten a bunch of requests for this tutorial ever since my first video, so I figured what better time than now. So to go along with this video, I'm going to be giving away this little sample pack. It's in the description, it's the first link, you can't miss it. And yeah, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the sample that I have. It's in the sample pack, so if you want to get that and just use it, and just use the sample loop, you can. But let's put this down to 125 BPM, which is what the sample loop is at. So now if we listen, there we go, we're in time. Now I'm gonna put this in a mixer track, and let's turn that down a little bit. And I'm gonna do some quick processing. So the first thing we're gonna do here is we're going to get a Fruity Parametric EQ2. I'm gonna switch this to this curve. And there we go. So that's just to make it sound a little bit more lo-fi. And then to accentuate that, I'm going to add this Fruity Soft Clipper and just do a little bit of soft saturation. This is pretty subtle, but I think it really helps. So the next thing I'm going to do here is we're going to get some noise. So I have a bunch of cassette noises in this pack. I think I'm going to use that first one once this gets done loading. Let's take this one, and I'm gonna switch it to this little tool. I need to learn the keyboard shortcuts for the little playlist tools, but let's get rid of that. And there we go. Now we have that. I'm gonna put that into a mixer track as well. I'm gonna start turning it down a little bit. And all I'm gonna do on that is we're just gonna cut out some low end with this. It's subtle, but that's all we really needed. So next thing I want to do here is I'm going to make a bass. So let's get a new pattern here. And I will just go to unsorted here. And let's replace this sampler with a 3x OSC. So I'm just going to use 3x OSC for this one. Let's make a simple little sine wave bass, and then I'll do some cool processing to it. So what we'll do here is, like I said, just a simple sine wave, and let's just go to the volume envelope and kind of shape it a little bit. I just want like a quick sort of pluck, so maybe something like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, let's make a quick little bass line. I'm just going to do something with some 16th notes. So maybe like this. Let's switch this to, there we go. Now, we could do something just kind of like this. Just like the sort of, like I said, repeating 16th notes. But these are the kind of bass lines I like to do for a lot of lo-fi house. I find since it's a little bit, like more upbeat and like dancey and sort of like jumpy, you tend to go for more of these kind of bass lines as opposed to like, say, a longer, more held out bass line. Alright, so let's hear what this sounds like. Alright, I believe that should be right. If we play that with everything. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So now you can hear it's pretty subby. So we're going to fix this. Obviously, we don't want it to just be, a bunch of sub. So let's go to this insert one here. And the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually add a fruity fast distortion. And you can hear already, this adds a bit of harmonic content over top of the bass. Makes it a little bit more audible. And it just kind of, makes it a little bit more, like, it stands out a bit more. There we go. I believe I got that note wrong there. have our bass line. So the next thing I'm going to get in here is a kick. So let's make a new pattern real quick. And I'll pull up the pattern thing here. And let's grab one of these kicks from the pack here. Let's get this one. And we'll just put in some quarter notes with that because it's a kick. And yeah, I'm going to put that on a mixer track as well. You notice like this entire time, I really like to get everything into a mixer as soon as possible when I'm working in FL Studio. So that's kind of why I'm just doing it right away. But I think that really helps. And we can listen to the kick with the bass too, to kind of get everything started. So I'm going to put a Fruity Soft Clipper on the kick here. And there we go. Now the idea here is we're just trying to sort of like mix everything from the ground up. So I'm starting with the lowest elements and then sort of going up the frequency spectrum. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make like some hi-hats / like percussion. So let's just make a new pattern here, and let's grab these two closed hi-hats. And I'll put these all on the same mixer track since they're all going to be hi-hats. It doesn't really matter so much. There we go. Now let's also get an open hi-hat. Let's actually use both of these open hi-hats because we could probably write something kind of cool. And then we'll put those on the same mixer tracks as well. Realize I could just be using this. But yeah, okay, cool. So let's write a cool hi-hat pattern. And I'm also going to grab a clap while we're at it. So let's put in the claps. And we'll put that on its own mixer track as well momentarily. Alright, there we go. So what I wanted to do here was I wanted to write like a cool kind of pattern with the hi-hats where maybe we could use this like more closed hi-hat with the open ones. Or the more closed open hi-hat with this like more open one. Like something like this. Like something like that. Now, we could also add in some of these closed hi-hats, but let's just kind of keep it going here. Awesome. So that's a pretty cool pattern. Let's put it in with the beat here. And I added a bit of swing as well, you may have noticed with this little knob over here. So that's going to go to everything. So the bass line is also going to have that kind of swing, which is going to be nice. So let's hear this. Awesome. Now on the hi-hats, they're already pretty lo-fi sounding, but I'm going to do a little bit. So let's get a parametric EQ. There we go. And we're just going to cut out a little bit of high end, just to really bring out the lo-fi kind of quality. I'm actually going to turn the clap up. But there we go. We've got a pretty solid little beat. It sounds pretty cool. You can hear we kind of went through and just sort of started from the ground up with the sample loop, and then got the noise going, and then sort of built the bass and the drums around that. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Like I said, make sure you get that free sample pack in the description. check it out. Make sure to like this video as well as subscribe and maybe even share it if you learned something. You can check out my social media. It's all on the screen right now. And I will see you again tomorrow with another tutorial.